you think of the greatest Celtics players, usually the first two players that come to mind are Bill Russell and Larry Bird. Now, who would be next? If I were to ask who is the greatest Celtics player next to Bill Russell and Larry Bird, and a lot answered, who would be the player that got answered or mentioned the most? If I had to guess, it would be John Havlicek. You know, Hondo, the guy who took Bill Russell's place as the leader and best player on the Celtics. John Havlicek had a remarkable career, many achievements, huge impact on his team's success, and many great performances, often provided clutch plays and big performances for the Celtics. The Boston Celtics drafted John Havlicek in the year 1962, becoming a key player for this Celtics dynasty, while Bill Russell was the team's leader and most dominant player, was a lifelong Boston Celtics player, playing all 16 seasons of his career there from 1962 until 1978. He shaped the game in meaningful ways, from his statistical milestones to his cultural impact. John Havlicek had a lot of skill, athleticism, and great understanding of the game. The numbers from Havlicek's career show how good of a player he was. During his playing days, he tallied up 26,395 points, 8,007 rebounds, and 6,114 assists. Only 11 players have 25,000 plus points, 5,000 plus rebounds, and 5,000 plus assists. Among those 11 players, John Havlicek has the 7th most points, 6th most rebounds, and the 7th most assists. Career averages of 20.8 points, 6.3 rebounds, 4.8 assists, a 43 field goal percentage, in playoffs averaging 22 points, 6.9 rebounds, 4.8 assists, a 43 field goal percentage. His prime, when he was at his best, 1967 to 74. In this 8-season stretch, he averaged 23.8 points, 7.3 rebounds, 6 assists, a 44 field goal percentage, and in the playoffs, averaged 26.1 points, 7.9 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 46 field goal percentage. 1967 to 74, Havlicek was the Celtics' top player. Best season was 1970 to 71 season, when he averaged 28.9 points, 9 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 45 field goal percentage. For 17 playoff series, averaged 22 plus points. 1968, 69, and 74, I would say he was the Celtics' best player in those championship runs, as he was great in all 3 playoff runs. 1968 playoffs, averaged 25.9 points, 8.6 rebounds, 7.5 assists, with the 45 field goal percentage. 1969 playoffs, averaged 25.4 points, 9.9 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 44 field goal percentage. And 1974 playoffs, averaged 27.1 points, 6.4 rebounds, 6 assists, with the 48 field goal percentage. Not only is John Havlicek a legendary player because of his stats, but his numerous achievements. Winning 8 championships, all of course with the Celtics, was selected to play in 13 NBA All-Star games, proving he remains one of the top players in the league for a long period of time, having the ability to perform at a high level year after year, often recognized among the league's best with 11 All-NBA selections. Havlicek was also a great on the defensive side, as he was rewarded with 8 All-Defense selections. His first 6 seasons, actually, the All-Defensive team did not exist. If it had existed throughout his whole career, he would have no less than 10 All-Defense selections. In 1974, Havlicek won Finals MVP. Out of the 20 plus players with 10 plus All-Star selections and 10 plus All-NBA selections, only 6 of them have more All-Defense selections. In 1973, John Havlicek's teammate Dave Cowens actually won MVP, while Havlicek himself finished 5th in the MVP voting. I think it was unfair how Dave Cowens finished 4 spots higher since Havlicek actually averaged more points, assists, he was more efficient, and was still a great defender. Havlicek, he was the first known player to come off the bench and be one of the top players on the team. John Havlicek was a versatile player. Players such as Jokic, LeBron, and Larry Bird are known as versatile players, and before those guys, there was John Havlicek. His scoring ability had a great combo of skill, athleticism, and basketball IQ, consistently putting points on the board for his team. His jump shot was silky smooth, characterized by a quick release that made him a sharpshooter from long range. His ability to break off defenders and find open shots on the floor made him a deadly shooter, especially in high-pressure situations. He was also skilled at driving to the hoop, using his quickness and agility to navigate through defenders and score. By slashing to the rim, he was able to draw fouls and get to the free throw line. Was known for his off-ball movement, using screens and cuts to get open looks. Defending Havlicek was difficult for most players because they couldn't keep up with him. His skill in grabbing rebounds was equally noteworthy but often undervalued. Even though he was just 6'5", he was often successful at getting rebounds thanks to his effort, timing, and basketball IQ, maintaining possessions for his team, whether by capturing defensive rebounds or securing offensive rebounds. Could make solid passes, whether through traffic or in the fast break. Many times, he would help his teammates get easier scoring opportunities with his passing. A all-defensive caliber defender for most of his career, knew how to disrupt passing lanes and intercept from the opposing side very well. He made it challenging for opposing players to find open looks. John Havlicek was an amazing player, and his career was better than the majority of the players in NBA history. He's the all-time Celtics leader in career points and games played, while also being fifth in rebounds and second in assists. So add his other achievements and his impact, he's for sure at least a top 5 greatest player to ever play for the Boston Celtics. Me personally, I would probably put him higher on the all-time list than what vast majority of the NBA fans would. So that is it for this video. Don't forget to like. Thank you for watching.